Time for Mayor Pete to release the details of his work at McKinsey.
I think so. I mean, supposedly, according to that, he is allowed to ask them to release him from his NDA, and it's unclear whether he's done that.
Do you have less conviction than Stormy Daniels? I mean, yes. Spoiler alert, yes.
Pete likes to act like his hands are tied by bureaucratic. Like, it's the same thing with the police situation. Like, my hands are tied. There's nothing I can do. I'd love to be totally transparent about the U.S. government agency I was working for.
All right. Well, let's be fair to Mr. Buttigieg. There are some things he has direct control over. That is his own transparency. And he's a can-do guy. He's a buck stops here guy, supposedly, right? Here he is at a local America forum, presidential forum.
Does it say Accelerator America? I can't read that.
Yeah, I can't read it either. But nevertheless, he's asked at this presidential forum, will he open up his fundraisers? Now, this is not a situation where he has to rely on McKinsey to release him from the NDA, even though he's not asking.
Maybe he's signing secret NDAs at his fundraiser.
This is his own fundraiser. And no one else, as far as I know, none of the top presidential candidates, to the extent that any of them are holding these type of fundraisers, and I think only two of them are, him and Biden, nobody else is keeping anybody out, or at least not allowing at least some reporting to take place. I wonder what's going on in these things that he's concerned about. But here's the other thing. Is this guy trying to make it into a scandal? Because this seems like a pretty bad way of handling it. Here's Pete Buttigieg.
Mayor, earlier today you said you were open to having a conversation about opening your fundraisers. And that's a
Pause it. I love that. I'm open to having a conversation about opening my fundraiser.
That was the line that doomed Harris.
Yep.
We should have a conversation about that. It's terrible.
Yep. I'm open to having a conversation about having a conversation to open up the conversation about opening up the fundraisers.
I'm open to having a conversation.
Here we go.
He definitely is open to having that conversation.
Mayor, earlier today you said you were open to having a conversation about opening your fundraisers. And that's a question that reporters have been asking for months now. So I'm wondering, when do you expect to actually have that conversation and give like an answer on that?
Again, I don't have a timeline for you.
As the candidate, can't you just direct your campaign to open those doors?
What's that?
As the candidate, can't you just direct your campaign to open those doors?
Yes.
And why haven't you done so?
What's that?
Why haven't you done so?
There are a lot of considerations, and I'm thinking about it.
Ask questions. Can you give us an example of those considerations?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Has he not
That
heard
was like
of the
British
Streisand
television.
effect?
Does he think, honestly, that people aren't going to, like, that there's no video, that video doesn't exist? Let's just go review here. Can you give us a timeline for when you'll open the conversations about opening your fundraisers? No. Why? Well, there are considerations. Can you tell us anything about those considerations? No.
You know,
Thanks, everybody, for coming by. And then he smiles and walks
But
off.
he actually looks, I mean, the other thing that disturbs me about him as a general election candidate, and I think we actually all, I mean, look, he clearly has some political skills. He's the mayor of a college town, and he's positioned himself very well, okay? So we need to be a little objective here. But thinking of any of these people going up against Trump, it occurs to me that, and you see this in debates, he's got this whole like, gee gosh, I'm from Indiana brand. His anger at getting even gently challenged is so close to the surface there.
Well, that I have heard that is an Indiana thing as well.
It's an Indiana thing.
Yeah,
They're all
the
super,
seething
Hoosiers are
rage
pissed.
lurking beneath the fake smile.
I think that's a
Like,
Midwestern
warning,
thing, Jim.
contents under pressure.
Exactly.
But I think that, no, but I mean, what's amazing is that that's a question that you should expect to get. And even if you're going to BS, be ready to BS it. He's got zero prep for it or whatever. He's got nothing compelling to say. And he's pissed he's getting the question.
Yes. He seems super annoyed. Like, how dare you? Right. How dare you ask me that?
I just hate him so much. Like, we know the German word for a face in need of a fist. What's the German word for a mayor in need of a swirly?
I would also just point out Wendell Potter, the former health insurance executive, has a really good tweet thread here about what Pete's experience at McKinsey working in nonprofit healthcare might have actually looked like.
Now, Wendell was a former, basically public relations head for a major pharmaceutical company. In fact, his job entailed him going around and disparaging Michael Moore when Michael Moore's movie came out, and like coming up with research. I mean, I think they did some. If you read his book, I can't remember the specifics now, but some pretty not great things. And to a certain extent, I think it made him sick, and that's why he.
It's surprising there's not more Wendell Potters, frankly.
It is a little bit surprising, isn't it?